Hey, Bikeaholic, Zero 3D has a wide variety of innovative products for your Harley-Davidson and a brand new line for your Honda Goldwing named Gold Strike. Affordable chrome lighting and comfort products and CAN bus made simple with plug-and-play lighting systems, guys. Head over lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of Zero 3D products.
Gold Strike.
Gold Strike, you got to do it. All right. Things that piss me off.
Oh, it's been a while since we've had one of these. What's pissing you off?
Have you
lately?
heard one of these segments,
No, I haven't.
Bob? Okay.
No, I haven't.
Things that piss me
Like
off.
dandelions and golfers, those kind of things.
Or like we were talking at dinner, which we're not going to get into, about proper use of a man's shop space.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Things that piss us off. So here's the thing, and maybe you guys can relate, maybe you can't. I don't know. You want to know what pisses me off?
Well, you have to tell me if you want to know if I can relate to it.
Pillows. Pillows, Lurch. Pillows.
Stop. First of all, what are you going to lay on a rock?
Okay.
I mean, how can pillows piss you off? There's no way a pillow could piss you off. I got a really nice pillow.
It can't
My
if
pillow
if they're your wife's pillows.
Oh, does she have decorative pillows?
No, the slippery silk ones.
Oh,
that
see?
hit me in the damn face.
What?
Well, I got to hear this. It pisses Bob off. I got to hear
First
his.
of all, I like my wife's pillows.
Well, I do like those pillows. My wife's got some pretty voluptuous pillows.
We can agree that we all love pillows.
Right. Yes, exactly. We do agree.
But in the middle of the night when I toss and turn, I just roll all night long. And my wife's pillow is, she uses like 10 pillows stacked on top of each other. And she has a silk one at the bottom that continually slides out into my space.
Uh-huh.
I'm always pushing it.
Have you told her to get rid of it?
She knows what's going on.
The answer is no.
Correct.
Because you don't want to piss her off. That's why my wife's not listening. It's the only time I get to vent.
Because you want to see her other pillows.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, dude, this is the deal.
Tell me all about the pillows. How many you got on your bed?
Yeah.
Is it your bed?
Yeah.
You have a bunch of decorative ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have to take them off. And
Yeah.
Then in the morning, you have to put them back on.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Well, my wife gets up early. She gets up about 4 a.m. and she's out of the door probably around 5:45, I think. And I get about 6:30. So I have to make the bed. And that means I have to put all those damn decorative pillows on.
See?
So I curse them every morning.
In the correct order.
Yes, they have a place, of course, Bob.
We literally.
And I've been trained well. I know where they go.
So, yeah, you have been trained. It sounds like it.
Yeah.
Dude, so you feel my pain. Here's the deal. It doesn't piss me off putting them back on because I don't do that. I probably should because I'm the last one up. But, dude, every night, I'm not kidding you, on that bed, there's like probably, I think there's like 9 pillows. So
Okay,
you have
that's
the
out of control.
It is.
We have 4.
Yes. Okay.
We have the regular pillows, then we have...
You feel what I'm laying down?
Then we have some big pillows, then we have some small accent pillows. So we got like 4 pillows.
That's nothing.
You ever been to a dude's house?
That's
that
nothing.
Single dude? He's got 2 pillows, one for each side of the bed.
I only need a pillow to sleep on. So every night when I go to get in bed, I'm tired because I'm working 14-hour days on lab or whatever, dude. Oh, yeah, because she falls asleep with the kids or something, dude, and then she comes in later, and I literally have to get in. By the time I'm done removing all the pillows to get down to my buried pillow that I actually sleep on, my heart's already up. I'm not tired anymore, and I'm just like I was thinking about the other night, dude. It just, Lurch, pisses me off.
I don't blame you.
Straight up, dude. All right. I know somebody relates to me out there.
David Schwartz says
4
that
pillows
his
is
wife
nothing.
steals his pillows.
Oh, straight up.
And he also says, I see you finally close the bathroom door. So, David, that must have been you that commented last time because Ryan said, hey, we're closing the bathroom door this time because nobody wants to look at the crapper.
Somebody, I said, I don't remember who it was, but somebody mentioned it last time and they're right. We should probably just try to close it because it's not the best backdrop for sure. So
Ross Tomes says that you love pillows.
I do. Ross Tomes, you're right. I do love the pillows. Oh, look at Brady Dane, I think Dehn will show that. He says the 20 pillows that live on my couch piss me off. See what I'm saying? And wipes and pillows. I just need useful pillows. That's all I need.
Yeah, couches are the same way. We got a bunch of crap on our pillows or a bunch of crap on our couches as well.
Yep. And they're decorative. So I try to take a lay down on one. And I was told that's not what that pillow is for.
Don't put your dirty face on your pillow.
Yeah. What the fuck is the pillow for?
It's a guest pillow.
It's a guest pillow. Yeah. My guest gets treated better than me.
Right.
Oh my God.
It's like those damn guest towels in the bathroom.
Yes.
That pisses me off.
See, Bob's, now you know the segment. What pisses us off. We could.
Guest towels. That's right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Says it all, dude. All right. Why don't you read this nice little email up on the screen there and we'll get started. Mm-hmm. Oh, we already did start, but that's how we start sometimes.
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
Okay. This is an email from Peter Bavasi. It says, I just wanted to tell you how pleased I am with your Harley boombox tutorial video. It covers everything and then some. Harley provided a hard copy boombox manual and a quick start summary with my new trike, but it seems to leave out many of the features that your video covers so well. The index you provide as a reference is really helpful. Harley should consider supplying your boombox video, we totally agree by the way, or a unique password for streaming with every new bike that has the infotainment system, or a customized HD version of your video. I'm sure you have pitched them on that idea. No, not yet, but maybe we should.
Harley doesn't listen to anybody.
Yeah.
Harley does their own thing.
Anyhow, Ryan, thanks for the great product and for all the good advice you share on your YouTube channel.
Nice. Thank you.
Amen.
Peter Bavasi, lawabidingbiker.com/Harley Boombox is the video series that he's talking about. You guys live probably heard a voice there, but you got to see it because this is a live patron only live video broadcast and chat. We have somebody new in the studio, first time on the mic. We will get into that in a second, but welcome back, you freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the Big MM, also known as the
99%!
Large and in charge of the motorcycle scene more than any time in history. That's right, by being here right now, live. That's right, by listening later in podcast format, you are part of what we call
the Biker Revolution.
Oh, yeah. You didn't say bitches.
Bitches?
Thank you. Appreciate it. That's right. Before we get started, we do have one question for you. What are you waiting for?
Mount up and let Bob take you on another wild-ass ride.
Just make sure when you get on with Bob that he likes you to wrap your arms around his waist. The lower, the better.
Hang on tight.
And just grab him right in the hip bone.
Bitches.
No doubt. Oh, God. Nice start, Bob. Welcome back, guys. Ryan Erlacher here, of course, your host of the Law Abiding Biker podcast and your
high-tech redneck.
Nicely done. All right. So we've got a great episode. We opened up with some really cool stuff there. Today's episode, just to give you an idea, is bikers talking biker stuff. It's literally like that. And sometimes we like to do those episodes. We've got a new, which I'll have him introduce himself here in a moment. Bob Dawson here is on a mic. It's his first time. He is here. He's a patron member supporting. You guys have seen him on the live broadcast and stuff before. So he takes up a seat over there. And of course you can wave, Bob. Wave
hey guys.
For all of you that are watching live. Of course, this is live, lawabidingbiker.com/live. And you guys need to get signed up. If you're listening in podcast format later, get signed up as a patron. Go ahead.
Russell Roberts said something that apparently your wife didn't really appreciate when I said in the house earlier, because there might have been teenagers in the vicinity, was that we were breaking Bob's cherry tonight.
Oh,
so I said, we're popping his cherry. So Russell Roberts in the chat says, breaking Bob's cherry tonight. I meant, so in the kitchen right before this, we're eating dinner, and I said, hey, we're popping Bob's cherry. And Nydia looked at me just like disgusted.
But she just does that. Some say she doesn't really get disgusted. It's just, she, when I say weird sayings like that, she just, turns it, like, really?
Pointing out the obvious.
Right. It's just normal to us, it's normal biker talk, but, it's popping a cherry. Yeah, and that's what we do, But yeah, guys, get signed up. The only way we'd like to have you involved with this live experience and this live chat, we get to know you better all over at lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, of course. And you guys get it in your patron accounts, so make sure those are all up to date. I put it out. Bob's probably familiar with that. Sign up for the email list too, lawabidingbiker.com/live. There's a sign up, and I also send out emails there. And because you're patrons, you're in the private Facebook group, I post it there. So hopefully you guys all get it at least 3 different ways, so that there's, does that work? Does that work on your end? I never talked to anybody.
Sometimes it's confusing because like one of the links, you'll send me the, we're going to have a live podcast.
Right.
And there'll be 2 different emails, and I'll click on one and it won't work. And
really,
I'll click on the other one. It says we're here on YouTube, and I don't know which one doesn't work, but
interesting.
I know one of them will usually work, and the other one will be a pain in the butt.
Okay, I got to check into that. Is it on the regular email sign up, or is it from Patron?
Probably one of them's a regular email and one of them's from the Patron, and I think it's the Patron one that works for me best.
Yeah, I usually tell guys, go into your Patron account, you'll see the post, and then you can grab the YouTube link from there.
That's the one that's a pain in the ass, so it must be the other one, because I can just click right on. It'll give a link to the YouTube, and you click right on it and it comes right
That
up.
must be the email. Any of the other patrons listening, let us know which one works best for you so we can get to the bottom of that.
Okay. I'll have to think about that.
I don't know how to sign into my Patreon account.
Nice.
Did you forget your password?
Well, you can never leave us then. You can never leave us then.
Right.
His password's Bob Rules. So how hard is that to remember, right?
Bob, BAUGHB. It's not that. I don't know. It's misspelled on my cooler over here.
Well, we're getting a few answers. So the Patreon works best. The email is not the regular email.
So so you guys are saying the email that you get from Patreon, when I make a post and Patreon auto sends you an email, is that the one you're talking about that works best? The other one's the live email sign up.
Okay, we're getting some mixed information.
That's what I wondered.
Yeah. It's a little confusing for me.
Okay.
Well, if we can improve it, we will. If not, use the one that works best for you.
Right, yeah.
Duh.
It's always good to ask, because I don't know always how it ends up.
Right.
on
And
that
Jackson's
end.
using the one in the Patreon Facebook page. Yeah.
And see, that's probably the easiest one is in the Patreon, but not everybody gets Facebook alerts.
Right.
So they may miss
turn
the
all mine
post.
off.
Right.
Yeah.
So do I. I only go into Facebook when I go into Facebook and I don't get alerts. So it's definitely in there. That's the actual link directly to the private. The other one on those emails and stuff, you got to sign into your Patreon account. Basically, it takes you to Patreon. You sign into your account.
Yeah, that's
then you
pain
gotta,
in the ass.
Yeah, I agree. And then you got to find me, the creator, Ryan Urlacher, and then go through the most recent post, which will be a link directly to the YouTube videos. But I have to do it that way sometimes because otherwise there could be a lot of we might risk getting people in there that we don't want.
Right. Right. I get it.
You know what I mean?
We want just patrons in there.
We just want patrons in there.
We used to do these quite a bit live just on YouTube and let anybody come on, and we had to deal with jack wagons that would get on here. And we also decided that was just a good extra thing for patrons only to have. So we only do these things for patron only. And
That's
and
cool.
It does keep the chat clean and productive and fun.
Yep. And it's something we want to provide our patrons. Like we've said here in 2018, we pretty much exclusively did only live, except like this morning we did a live, but those are just quick videos of what we're doing. But these actual podcast events we have done very much for patrons. It's a tight knit community. So, all right, we're going to have Bob here in a minute. Don't worry. We're going to talk a lot about Bob. And
I don't think we've really officially.
we haven't, but we're going to get to it.
Okay.
Because I want to do it all at once and then roll into that. I've introduced him. Yep, Bob Dawson, patron member, and we're going to that's what this episode is about, is bikers talking biker stuff, and he's got a lot of experience and background, and I want to learn more about Bob, and I know you guys do too, and we'll get into all kinds of biker discussions. Let's talk briefly Lurch today. Keep it rather pithy so that we can get into the other stuff. But
Would you like me to keep it short or pithy?
Pithy.
Oh, fuck.
You sure? Mm-hmm. But I thought I'd keep it short. I don't know about pithy.
You can keep it pithy.
Okay, I'm going to Google that shit.
You don't know the words. So.
No, you've used pithy before, and I know it's a word that you enjoy. But
It's something out of the Monty Python movies or
Is
something.
it?
Don't pithy on me.
Right.
You're so pithy.
Oh, I see where you're going with this. So we did a whole bunch of installs today. If you guys haven't seen the live, we did it's like an 8-minute live YouTube where we kind of went over what we were doing and what we were filming. We filmed that this morning. Anyways, we got a whole bunch of Ciro. We've been doing the Ciro 3D products in our store for a long time. And they did it mostly for the Batwing type fairing. But now did you look it up?
Yeah, actually good use of the English language, because pithy means concise and forcefully expressive. I don't know that you want me to be forcefully expressive, but I will try to be concise.
Not like you were in the kitchen earlier.
Right.
With the pop the cherry. Right. Exactly. But we got a whole bunch of new Roguelite stuff, guys, because everybody was asking, like, shark nose. What about the shark nose? They felt left out. Well, Ciro was developing those products. It just took some time. So we're going to explain. Why don't you talk about the products real quick, and I'll jump in anywhere. But these are the 5 that we filmed and installed on our Saturday today, and we're rolling right into the podcast. So it'll be another 15-hour day, 14-hour day for us. We do it because of your guys' support, though. That's why we're here after, 5.5 years. So explain the Ciro products for the Shark Nose Road Glide fairing.
Pretty cool products. I think I'm a Road Glide guy. I've moved over to that, so I'm kind of I think that the Road Glide stuff that we just saw from Ciro's even better than the stuff on the Batwing fairing. But that's just me. I'm a little biased. But anyways,
and me.
All right,
biased as
right
well.
on. So they have a headlight bezel that you replace the plastic bezels on each side of your headlight.
Can I say something real quick?
Oh, go ahead.
The reason they make more Street Glide stuff is because it's a better bike.
Apparently, you haven't rode a Road Glide.
I'm teasing. I love the Road Glide. I just
It's the same damn bike.
I had to say it.
I know.
I had to say it.
Well, it's because you're below average height, and you can get away with riding those bikes. But us large men, us true men, us Vikings,
Pithy.
Us Viking. Oh, you want me to be pithy? Sorry, us Vikings need to have large bikes. Anyways, the first item was a headlight bezel, and I may not get the terminology right for each product, but they're headlight bezels that go on each side of your headlight for your Road Glide, and it'll shine white light to the front as you're going down the road, and when you turn on your turn signal, you get the amber light. And it not only shines forward, but it shines at an angle a little bit, so you're going to get some of that white or the amber light off to your angles, so cars approaching on intersections will see that you have your...
And that's the Fang headlight
that is
bezel.
The Fang headlight bezel, yes.
There it is, Bob, if you want to look at what we installed today. See, it's just on the sides.
I like those. And
Yeah, it's very
fills
good
in a black plastic area.
Yeah, they are badass looking. Wait till you see the...
Are they all chrome
film.
or can you get black?
You can get chrome or black.
Nice question, Bob.
Yeah, very cool light there. And then another one is what they call the road blades.
All plug and play, right?
Yeah, it's all
We're
plug
going
and
to
play.
show you how to do it. Plug and play, and
It's easy peasy lemon squeezy.
couple bolts on those, and that's it. Mm-hmm.
What's the one that I know it's called the bat blades or something or bat?
They're road blades.
So
So
they're
mine are bat blades because
Gotcha.
the bat wing yours are road
So
blades.
they call them road blades, and it's an LED strip that it's an adhesive strip that goes inside of the shark nose fairing, and it basically goes around the outside of your lights. There you go, right in the bottom, and it illuminates the opening around your headlights, and it will shine white LEDs to the front. And when you hit your turn signal, it'll light up the side LEDs to an amber color. So also very cool, kind of a really trick setup there.
And I have them on my Street Glide. They're bat blades. They kind of do the same thing. They go around the ears of the fairing, and the ear part is the signal, amber, and they're white. So very similar. Stick on 3M, plug and play.
Yeah.
We give you a few tips and tricks in the video. Of course, these will all be edited out, guys. And we are carrying all this stuff in the Law Abiding Biker store, of course, all our Cero products. Yep. Mm-hmm.
The cool thing about those is they give you the front of your bike a very unique look, and it'll stick out to the eyes of other motorists. Whereas something that Brian said earlier today when he was helping us, Goat. Grunt was his old nickname.
You're right, Goat.
Goat's his new one.
Yep.
It kind of sets it's different. So when somebody driving a cage is coming down the road and they see that, it does not look like anything you've ever seen. So it doesn't look like another car. It doesn't look like another bike. It used to be that just bikes had the running lights during the day, the daytime running lights.
Right.
Now, like every car has running lights, right? So you don't stick out as much during the day as you used to on a bike. But now with this thing, I mean, Bob, what do you think? That's very unique, that lighting around the front of the fairing. It sticks out.
I think it's a great idea to add more lighting away from the dual lights on the Road Glide. I've been told by people that when they see a Road Glide, it looks like a car that's a long ways away.
Right.
But we're only 100 yards away, so they pull out in front of us because they thought we were a quarter mile away and we're a car. So I'm all for putting something up there that's going to distract them a little bit and get them to notice that it's not a car.
Absolutely. The Gucci pilot says, I'm waiting for Lurch to park his Road Glide in his living room to substitute as his Christmas tree. We were talking about that today.
He might have thought that was my bike. That was actually Rick White's. That is Goat's brother's bike.
Oh, the bike this morning in the live video.
My Road Glide's the same color. He's got a Road Glide Ultra. So in the YouTube live, because he put a detachable trunk on it, probably looked like mine. But Brian can definitely park his bike in his living room and use it as a Christmas tree and put some ornaments on it.
Brady, I'm sorry, Brady, if I'm saying it wrong. It's Dehn, Den.
Probably Den.
Den. He says, Lurch, what is the definition of jack wagon? He wants you to look up jack wagon.
It goes way back. It had
Did you call me a jack wagon? Is that why he's asking? Because I said pithy and you said I'm a jack wagon.
For being a jack wagon. It's a
I do want to know what the definition of that. Can you look it up, please?
It's a Viking term.
It had to do, you can look, it had to do with cooks. It had to do with cooks back in the old days out on the plane and the wagons. No, seriously, look it up. It'll tell you that.
I want you to look it up.
Okay,
You have a computer in front of you.
I'll do it while you're talking. But
give us the Wikipedia.
Most people use it as another term, more of a polite.
I'll do it. You go on to the next product. I'll look up jack wagon.
You look up the official terminology. It'll tell you what people use it for. Instead of saying jackass, they say jack wagon. But jack wagon is an actual term. And anyway, so those are two of the products. And then the next one that we can talk about is the
Urban Dictionary. That's where I'm going.
You're totally. See, I told you.
Chow Wagon.
Chow Wagon.
Chow Wagon, dude. Slang term derived from the freight or chow wagons used in the 19th century. These were often the last wagons in a wagon train, making them the least favorable to drive due to the dust, waste, and debris from the front of the train. When used in the results, refers to the lack of intelligence, implying the insultee is capable of no more than operating a chow wagon.
They put the.
I feel insulted now.
Well,
you called me a jack wagon.
I could have called you a jackass.
True.
That would have been more pithy.
It would have been more pithy.
It would have been much more pithy.
Sorry, go on.
We wouldn't be having this discussion.
Correct. Exactly. True. All right, back to products. All right.
Okay, that's two of them. So the next three those two go in around the headlight area, the bezels, and then the blades that go inside right around the headlights. The next three items, two of them are illuminated, one is not. And one of them is the windshield trim, illuminated windshield trim. So again, it also has a white light when you're going on down the road, and it turns to a amber when you hit your turn signals. And the cool thing about that is it's not like Knight Rider where the lights go back and forth, but it is sequential. So when you hit your left turn signal or your right turn signal, it starts in the middle and it goes towards the outside.
Yeah, but so these are the windshield trim, the Horizon LED windshield trim.
Right.
And yeah, that's basically what it is.
You can even see if you see how that's
here.
Sequential, starting in the middle and going towards the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. The next piece is the...
Ooh, look at that, Bob. It's pretty cool. If you guys look that up, well, again, we're carrying all this stuff in our store, but this, I don't know if we have this particular photo in there, but yeah, and chrome or black again. Bob asked that earlier. Any products we're talking about here tonight, you can get chrome or black that we filmed today. We did all chrome today. But yeah, it's just exactly what it is. Nice lights around the bottom of your windshield. This is actually the Batwing, which I don't have on my bike.
No, you do not have those yet.
This is the Roguelite one right there. Yeah.
There you go. Now, does that chrome piece above the lights, is that part of it?
Yes.
Yep. That's part of it. That chrome piece actually just goes over. It's an LED plastic light, and that just covers it, and there's a set screw in it.
Well, I liked it better on the Batwing fairing without that chrome piece, my personal opinion.
You can do it in black, yeah. You can definitely do it in black as well. All these parts you can get in black.
Get rid of that part.
And we've got one on the shelf for this lurch for the Batwing. We just haven't done that video yet, right?
Yes.
Lighted windshield trim.
I believe you do.
We do. It's up there.
Okay. We'll be doing that shortly.
Mm-hmm. There you go. All right.
And then the next piece is the vent, the illuminated vent piece that'll go up inside the vent and gives you a white light across the center part. And that is just white. It doesn't do any amber, but it kind of completes the piece, if you will. If you have that lighted vent piece and you have the Horizon illuminated windshield trim, then it just gives you a white light all across the bottom of your windshield.
Yeah, and it looks just slightly different. Of course, I have it on my Batwing fairing. I don't know what happened here. We're getting hung up a little bit on that. But yeah, it's definitely a good look to fill in that big void in that vent on the old Road Glide. Mm-hmm.
And you can get that in black and chrome as well. It's definitely a piece that helps fill it in if you have the windshield trim illuminated pieces. You could put that in the middle to have that white light all the way across the front of the bike.
It was cool because Tim's bike, which is Goat's brother, you probably mentioned that. His bike is blue like yours, which is why people thought it was yours maybe, but it's an Ultra. It's a
Roguelite Ultra.
It's a Roguelite Ultra. But the lights bouncing off that blue paint made a really blue hue to the LEDs. It just looked really cool. Remember we mentioned that when we turned on? Yeah, they almost looked blue. It was bouncing off the paint.
Oh, cool.
We got some great shots, some riding shots today with all the stuff in action, and it looks really good. In fact, that might be a picture there with a lot of it on what we did today. Look at that.
That's got everything on there.
Yep, got everything on there.
That picture has everything on there. So in that picture, you can see how you have the illumination on the outsides there, but the windshield trim pieces, and then you got the white light in the middle with the illuminated vent piece. So it just kind of completes a picture. If you
those
will.
Outside windshield pieces, they are turn signals?
Yes, they activate as turn signals. Everything works as a turn signal except for the illuminated vent trim. So the headlight bezels actually work as turn signals. The what do they call those?
Bat blades.
Bat blades.
They do.
And so do road blades. Sorry, the road blades on this
Road
bike,
blades.
and then so do the windshield trim. All those will turn amber when you hit your turn signal.
And like you said, these ones do that directional to the outside. So
That's important. Having, cars see it from the side that you have your turn signal on.
exactly, because we all know the stock stuff just is not that great. But again, we have filmed all this for you guys, and it will at some point with the other 100 videos I have to edit and put out, it will get out and edited, and we'll embed the install videos and the shots of it, how it looks on the bike riding down the road, so you can get a really, like in true law-abiding biker style, like how we do. Went out in the cold today and did some filming on that because the temperature is changing around here. Of course, this is a live patron-only event, and we got a patron in the house, so I think it's only appropriate that you thank the following patrons for being involved, Bob.
Bill Kremer of Centerville, Utah, top tier. Joe Veris of Lexington, North Carolina. Gary Williams of Parago, Arkansas.
We got George McBride of Gig Harbor, Washington. Glenn Rogers of Jenks, Oklahoma. And Michael Bruxmeyer of Moore, South Carolina. He is a top-tier patron.
Nice. Lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. Pledge a certain amount per piece of content. No risk to you because you can put a monthly cap. There are benefits. You can get T-shirts and stickers. You can get into that private Facebook group. You can get access to these live broadcasts and chat, up to access to our premium videos up on request. And we would love to get to know everybody better, and we'd love to have you in this chat with everybody else in the live event. And I know you're monitoring the chat too, Lurch, just to make sure anything doesn't pop up. Okay. Definitely grabs. Oh, yeah, you said that. All right. Sweet. Thank you for doing that. So that's it.
Hold on. I think Ross must be making a funny here. He says, that shop paint looks good. Popeye and LD must have painted that place.
Which shop paint?
This place.
Oh, yeah.
I think Ross knows that Bob paint.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'm tracking. Yep,
He's just making a wise.
He's busting my painting cherry. Nice one.
Nicely done, Ross.
Ross got a good sense of humor.
He does. See,
Good
because
man.
he follows. He knows Bob Dawson. We're going to talk about that because, we'll get into that. So I'm glad you brought that up. So with that said, should we announce this new free video really quick? It is, we did it a long time ago, not a long time ago, but months ago, but it's Python True Dual head pipes for Harley touring. I think we put those on Rick's bike. We did. Install tutorial and review. If you want to hear how they sound, of course, we love our Vance and Hines stuff, but there's a lot of other stuff out there too on the market, and we always try to do different brand stuffs for you guys. So we did get a whole set of those Pythons. It's all over. Actually, it's a long URL, so I'll put it in the show notes. lawabidingbiker.com/whatever show number this is how you always get the show notes, and I will link to that new free video if you're interested in those Python True Dual pipes. And we do the install and a sound test. Get right into our main topic. All right. So, Bob, let's just start with you, buddy, and give a brief just introduction of who Bob Dawson is.
I am a local painting contractor. I also am a Patreon. I'm a motorcyclist / biker. I try to do most of the wrenching that I can on my bike to save money and just so I can get to know my bike better and make sure everything's done correctly on it. That's how I found the Law Abiding Biker, your videos.
Mm-hmm. So you found us on the YouTube channel before the podcast?
Yes.
Matt?
Way back when we had Fat Ryan on there.
Oh, nice!
Can I say Fat Ryan?
You already did.
You already
did. So you might
Can't
as
take
well
that shit back.
Hey,
It's live, Bob.
Bob,
Shit's live.
say it one more time.
Back when we had Fat Ryan hosting the videos, I saw, I can't remember, the one that comes to mind right now is he was showing me how to fold chaps.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's taking it back, bro.
Way back.
Oh, my goodness,
There you go.
dude.
Ooh.
'Cause I think that was probably one of my first
It was.
10 videos or something, dude.
Yeah.
That was Fat Ryan, no doubt about it. Aren't those funny to look back on? And I leave them. I told you, huh?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, we can see how you guys have progressed and become way more professional, and the content that you guys are putting out is just awesome and getting better all the time.
That's great to know.
Yeah.
A lot of those first videos were all made on an iPhone. no, we had no
My very
tripods
first
and all that
videos
stuff. Just
I made,
iPhones.
they weren't even an iPhone.
Oh
So
yeah, you were using a handheld camera. That's right.
a straight up family.
That's right. I forgot about
shitty
that.
sensor.
We upgraded to the iPhone at some point. Yeah,
That's correct. Yeah, no shit. That's
yeah.
for
Our
real.
first maintenance video.
That was an
we
old
did.
Sony
We have a free one
Handycam.
out there. Yeah, free one out there on LD's bike.
Yeah,
that was that iPhone or was that
that was the Handycam.
Wow.
An old family, because I've always been into videography and stuff, but I didn't have higher end gear.
So the quality got a little better, Bob?
Yes, very well. Ryan, you were doing a very good job there when you
With
first
what I
did
had?
that. Yeah, and I
didn't know what I was doing.
It brought me into the family, so to speak. I mean, I was looking and waiting for more videos and more content, and that was pretty cool.
So this conversation, guys, is we're just having some drinks here. Bob's got some rum right there. He's doing the Captain and
Coke.
Captain and Coke. So we're just going to chat. I'm not exactly sure where this conversation is going to go, but hopefully it will be interesting, and I'm going to dig a little bit deeper, but only because it's kind of for selfish reasons too. I want to talk obviously your background in motorcycles and stuff like that, Bob, but for selfish reasons, I'm always interested in how you found us. And me and Matt were having this conversation because today we are always trying to figure out, are we serving, our community the best we can? Where are we putting majority of our resources? And the podcast takes an overwhelming amount of resources and time with show notes and prep. And, so it's interesting to hear because I'm always curious how many found us on YouTube versus how many found us on the podcast first. And I think everybody crosses over. Is that fair?
Yep.
I mean, you crossed over eventually. You figured out the podcast. How does that work?
I'm not sure how I first came across the podcast, but I think it adds a lot to it. And we can see you being a normal guy, not going through the motions.
The cuts.
The
video
stuff.
cuts, right?
Yeah. It's quite entertaining usually. Maybe not tonight, but
Oh no,
No, you're doing great for your first
bikers
time.
talking biker is always good stuff, bro.
Yeah, it seems like, and that's a discussion that Ryan and I had. Is I said the video it's more of a how-to. A lot of the videos, how to put it on. And it's talking about reviewing products and whatnot. But the podcast is more personal. It's just us bullshitting and sitting around and
I love it. It's entertaining.
Okay,
it's good. Keep it happening.
Yeah, Ryan.
That's right. No, it's good. And we're
just trying to figure out where should we
have these
focus our
meetings,
efforts,
right.
to best serve our community.
So to riddle me this, and you guys can pipe up in the live chat. I'm actually curious. Just say, we'll see it. Just say the question is how you first found us, podcast or YouTube. That's all I want to know. Just say podcast or YouTube. So did you sign up as a patron before you found the podcast?
No.
So you watch YouTube and then you found the podcast, and at some point you were drawn. What was the draw? Was it more of the podcast that drew you to become a member, or more of the YouTube channel, or both?
It was both, but mainly the how-to videos. I also enjoyed even you rode your motorcycle down to get cigars, and you were riding in an area that I was familiar, and you were commenting on the awesome driving skills of the people in our city.
Yeah.
And
nice. Yeah. That was one of my helmets. Funny how I can remember that stuff.
Yeah, I think you were talking.
Schuberth.
Yeah, your Schuberth 3 or whatever it was.
C3, yeah.
C3, yeah.
You're like, hey, I live there.
Right.
Not on North First Street, but in Yakima. You may frequent there at night. I don't know.
No comment.
He's the captain. He's the captain on North First Street, dude.
That's when I changed my name to BAUGHB, and I'm undercover then.
Right. Matt, do you see that in chat?
I see a lot of people found us through the YouTube.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. Overwhelming. That's interesting. And then you all crossed over to the podcast. So the next question is for the live chat, and we'll talk further here, Bob, is, I don't know how to word this because, you know what I mean?
Well, you've already alluded to it. You're trying to figure out the best way to serve the community and to focus our efforts. And both the podcast and the videos take a lot of time. What serves the community best? Is it the videos, or is it the podcast, or is it both? Or we're always looking at what we're doing
Right.
We've changed the way we've done things. We did Periscope at one time.
Right.
We got rid of that. We don't do a whole lot on Twitter. We found out that Facebook is very popular.
Only for the private Facebook
Yeah,
group.
we use quite a bit of Facebook. Yeah, exactly. So Facebook and videos for sure. And then we're trying to figure out, where else do we spend our time, the majority of our time, to be as efficient as we can, but also provide the best content to the community.
Right. Exactly. And I think you summed it up a little bit, too. So I think that's good for that line of questions. It gives us a little. We may put out a survey eventually, just to patrons, just with a couple questions, just because we definitely are always tweaking things and just making sure we serve best. So let's get back to Bob here. So yeah, at some point got signed up as a patron, and at this point you had figured out, yeah, there's a podcast and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
correct.
Good. All right. So now that we have a little history on there, I gotta ask this. So obviously Bob's, like he said, his introduction, painter, professional painter. And I say that, I mean that when I say professional painter, because the background, and you guys are looking, or if you see videos of this entire new shop and studio, was painted by Bob, but it gets better than that. If you watched any of the vlogs while I was building it, Bob's in there, but Bob did this all for free. His labor, his man hours. And so obviously a biker involved with the community. And I honestly, Bob, I will tell you that we get a lot of support, from the audience, that I wasn't sure when you emailed me. I was like, is it for real?
Is this real?
You asked me that.
Yeah. Did I? Yes. I forget. What did I say?
I don't know exactly, but it was pretty.
I called
dude,
you
are you
too.
jerking my chain, or what the hell's going on here?
Is this for real?
Yeah.
Right. Because he emailed me. He's like, I am in Yakima and I'm a patron and I would like to donate my time. And he did the outside, the inside. So I got to tell you, man, what's up? I mean, at what point did you really want to support us that much? I mean, I'm humbled still to this day, Bob, by that. I say that publicly. Like, I can't believe you did that shit still, man. It's crazy.
Well, I added up all the discounts that you qualified for, and I had to call you and say, hey, we're coming out. We're going to do the project.
Yeah. Nice, dude. Nicely done.
You got a lot of discounts. You got the senior citizen.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt.
It was my company and the company that I worked for prior. We try to do a charity project every year, and it changes all the time. Because it's my company, I can donate to whoever the hell I want to. And I really appreciated what you guys are doing. I appreciate the fact that you guys are law enforcement. Really support that. And you were asking for donations to build this awesome facility that we're sitting in now. And I said, well, I could give them some money and that would probably help. But if we went out there and got our hands dirty, we're going to get to meet some more bikers. We're going to do some good in the community. And it was something that my whole company got behind. I didn't do this by myself.
Right. Yeah. And why don't you give public thanks to everybody that kind of was out here off and on.
My son,
Dawson Painting is what we're talking about. If you're in the Yakima area, you need to look it up. And Bob's got work. He's going down next week to do Big Daddy's house.
Yep.
He did his shop. He's doing the interior of his house. So hopefully this has spawned into some, and Bob's very busy. Because he's well known around the community for his quality work. So he doesn't lack any business, but definitely hit him up. And if he has time, he'll certainly work it in, I'm sure.
My the two painters that work for me, one of them's my son, Zach Dawson.
I got to meet him, which is really cool.
And the other one is Lance Fossum, and he's been with me since almost the beginning. Really super good kid.
I got to meet him too, yeah.
Artist.
Really?
Perfectionist like Ryan. And Matt probably.
No, Matt's not a perfectionist, but no, he is.
He's a cherry popper.
He is a perfectionist. He's a cherry popper.
And a little bit OCD on top of it.
Yeah, true. We all are. Yeah.
Well, be gentle then.
Well, I'll do it, but I'll do it right. I mean, so don't worry about it.
Right.
Can we use my finger? They're skinnier.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's got large fingers. You got to be careful about that.
Anyhow, yes, I had help painting, and my guys are awesome. I could trust them as far as I could throw them, which is a long ways.
Yeah.
They're good guys. We treat every project like it's our own house, and then some, because we clean up before we leave. And
yeah, correct. I know, man. Yeah.
We're pretty thorough. There's doesn't matter where we're working, what job it is, it all gets the same treatment, and that's just how we roll.
And I'm telling you guys, Bob did this. And I know you see it in the background and you see it in videos now and then, but he did this for completely donation for free, and didn't cut one corner. And
we cut all the corners.
Right. Yeah, I just haven't seen the shit yet. I'm sure he sees it, but I know it looks great to me.
You might have to explain that to Ryan.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Now I'm tracking. That's a painting term, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes, cutting the corner. Okay, yes. All right. Yeah, go. Nicely done. Nicely done. Play on words. Yes. But yeah, it's amazing. And thank you so much. And that's the kind of community that, we've grown over time, and just to have stuff like that, still just amazing at that time, because it helped a lot with expenses, because we still cut out a lot of stuff, that we had to, but that was one thing, that we didn't have to cut on. So yeah. Awesome, man.
We were hoping to, it would free up some more money to get asphalt or concrete out.
Correct. Straight up, but we don't have that, Bob.
We're working that direction. Maybe next spring.
I was going to do it this fall, but
it's hard to get somebody lined up.
God dang, yeah.
Economy's good and contractors are busy, and it's hard to get some concrete done.
We still have boards, guys, out in front. We still have OSB sheets to get bikes up and ramp them up into the garage so they don't get buried in the gravel.
It's like a mountain bike course.
It is. It really is.
I'll tell you, when we were working out here, our vans were getting stuck in that.
Oh,
it's about a foot thick.
It is.
At least.
It is.
I was like, Zach.
And it got deeper because I had to put more afterwards.
I saw that video too. Yeah.
Yeah. You're a little bit on a grade back here. So in order to make the shop level, the rear of the shop is lower than the front, and the front you filled with gravel, and it's a little squishy.
Right.
So when you're riding up in there, I was the first one to bring a bike into the shop, the first one, even before you did.
Before we moved anything.
And I was working the clutch, and I still left a nice trough of from my rear tire spinning a little bit and digging a hole down to China, getting up in here.
You just didn't bomb it in here at 30 miles an hour?
No, I tried to work the clutch and just keep the tire from spinning, but it was hard. It was fresh gravel. It wasn't compacted yet, and I left a nice little trough with that rear tire.
Oh, yeah. Hell. We were leaving ditches every day. I was like, hey, you guys, after you pull out, we got to kind of level this out a little bit. Looks like we were doing burnouts in Ryan's driveway.
No doubt I would see Bob and his son and Lance. It is. In the mornings, I'd leave on my motorcycle and see those guys working up here, and I'd come up and say hi now and then. So
that talks to his professionalism, that they're willing to rake the gravel up before they leave.
Tell me about it.
So it doesn't look like they're doing burnouts.
Yeah, now that he knows me, he probably just leave a big duker in the middle of it or something and burn out, do his sideways.
It was difficult not to bring my bike out here and back it up in there and do a burnout all the way out. Dude. I still haven't seen a burnout mark in there, but it's yours. You can do what you want. And if it was mine, there'd be donuts, sheetrock broken because it got out of control.
Right. We might need to do that. Just make it a little more authentic.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, awesome. And again, publicly thanking you for that, brother. And let's dive in a little bit about your, so obviously we're kind of going a little bit backwards, and that's great. Tell me about your motorcycle. Now, you grew up around here in the Yakima Valley area?
Yes.
Yep. Mom's from here. Dad's from here.
No. We moved over here from Seattle.
Oh, Seattle guy, huh?
No.
You want to go back, don't you?
No.
Sorry for all our West Side listeners. They know how much we...
Oh, yeah. I love going there to
leave.
Visit and leave.
To visit and leave.
Go watch concerts and other events.
Pearl Jam. And then leave.
Yeah.
Correct. That's how all it's Eastern Washington. If you guys... We've talked about it before. It's like two separate states. You got Western Washington and Eastern Washington. We're very separate in the way we operate and generally speaking in our beliefs. Not, to be too general, but yeah.
The West Side is a great place, but I would never, it's a great place if you're in your 20s and you're into all that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's a great place to make a lot of money if you can. And
smoke some hemp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Wear some hemp hats.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to smoke hemp. But
can you smoke hemp?
You probably, but
it's hard to light.
Yeah. It's
I don't know, dude. It just seems like a greener thing.
It's the plant byproduct that you make stuff out of. It's like It's
Jamaica.
Okay, so you can just
you can smoke weed, but
smoke
you can
some
wear
weed
you can
and
wear
a hemp hat while you're smoking weed. All right, yeah.
There you go.
Thanks for cleaning that
No
up.
problem. I saw a TV special one time.
Nice, dude. Yeah. Anyways, so go ahead. So from Seattle originally, when did you move over here?
Oh, we moved over here in like 1965, and I was like 4 years old. So I've been to.
So you're an East Sider.
Correct. I went to grade school here and high school and
All right.
whatnot.
So technically, yeah, you're an East Sider.
Grew up in a neighborhood where everybody had dirt bikes. My first bike was a 5-horse Tecumseh mini bike.
Sweet.
Hardtail, man. I'm hardcore.
Nice.
Did you put apes on that bad boy?
Did you slam it?
They
Put
didn't
apes
have
on it.
They didn't have apes when I was a kid. That was before you guys were born, man.
True. 1965.
Yeah, about-
definitely. Yeah.
About 9 years before me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody in my neighborhood had motorcycles, dirt bikes, and whatnot, and they were tearing down orchards all around my folks' house, which gave us a lot of areas to play in. So we would all ride dirt bikes there.
That's how I grew up too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And we could ride them on the streets back then.
Mm-hmm.
Just ride to wherever you're going. We'd ride from 30th Avenue and Nob Hill up to where Randall Park is, which is 14 blocks.
Isn't that awesome, dude?
Anywhere south of Nob Hill, clear to Washington, was open country. It was a lawless place.
Yeah, nice. He started his outlaw life.
Yeah.
Started his outlaw life back there, dude. That's nice.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude. I didn't have. We was too PO when I was young. I always wanted a motorcycle, but we just could never afford it. Not even a scooter. But I had friends that had them, and
That's the
I
way
rode
it
them
was
through the
in-
orchards, and
that's
stuff
the way
like that.
it was in our neighborhood too. There was like 3 or 4 kids who were spoiled by their parents and got motorcycles, and we all tore the shit out of them.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. We tore the shit out of the neighbors' motorcycles. Yeah, I rode them worse than they did.
And properties. Yeah, they
And
weren't
properties.
ours.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, they're not ours. It's not ours. Yeah, no doubt, dude.
Got my first street bike was a Harley 883 the first year they came out.
Nice, really? First
And,
year they came out?
Yep. I think that was 86. I don't know. We could Google it here if we had that capability, but
Oh, we might have that capability. You want to do that, Matt? What year the 883 came out? Yeah. Go
rode
ahead.
it.
Producer over there.
They
Do his-
had
do his
a
fucking job.
Harley had a program at that time. Harley had a program at that time where you could buy the 883 and trade it in a couple of years for full price, for the price you paid for it on
To
a
go
new
up to
bike.
a touring.
On any bike.
Dude, no, that's an interesting point. I'm glad you brought that up. And this is biker talking biker shit. That's why we're going to go around here. So they used to have that program.
It was only on the 883s as far as I know.
Do they still have that program at all?
And they've got some iteration of it.
You go ahead and say it.
86.
86.
That's what I thought.
I don't know if they still have that program, but I was listening to another podcast. It wasn't even a motorcycle podcast. It was actually an Apple product podcast. And somebody was saying, he thought Harley Davidson still did that program. And he goes, Apple should do that where you can, trade, start at an entry level MacBook and then move up to an iMac and trade it and get value or so. I don't know. Anyways, he had referenced Harley Davidson. I go, I was listening going, I'm not sure if that's the case anymore.
They do some sort of a program, but I don't know what it is.
If you guys know in the community, in the chat, let us know if they still do any program like that you're aware of where you can trade in your Sportster. Because at that time, they basically, the program is they want to get you hooked into riding and allow you to move up to a touring model after you get your feet wet, so to speak, right?
Yes.
Was that the deal of that?
And I traded mine up on the 1990 Fat Boy.
Nice. You owned a Fat Boy, huh?
The original Fat Boy.
No shit.
The very first one that Dean got, our local Harley owner, and
at Owen Cycle.
And it was
you got the first one.
The very first one, and it was the one that was down at down at the fairgrounds, so everybody got to get their paw prints on it and whatnot during the fair. And then
they don't even run a booth down there anymore at the fair. Do they?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never seen their booth down there, and I'm down there.
No, usually just the RVs and stuff, the trailers. That's all we got anymore.
Right.
And hot tubs. And pellet stoves.
Right. And
some corn dogs and a few elephant ears.
And a lot of people watching in trash.
Yeah.
Straight up. You can people watch that all day.
I haven't even gone for the last couple of years.
I don't go.
I haven't been for a while.
The family and I don't go. I only have to go to work because I have to walk around there a couple days as a Leo. Anyways, I digress. 1990 Fat Boy. You got the first one.
It was awesome bike.
Did you like it?
Oh yeah, I love that bike. I wished I wouldn't have traded in my Sportster.
No shit.
The Sportster was a big dirt bike. In fact, out here at the Sela Hill Climbs, I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Yeah, I used to be able to see them from
It's
the
right
house
off,
I lived in.
not off Crusher Canyon. Is it?
I don't know the road.
It's not Crusher. It's Fremont. You go up Fremont and around the Sela Heights Road. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah. All the hill climbs right there, right? Yeah.
There used to be several trails out there, and we used to ride like heck out there. I don't know if you still can anymore.
Yeah, there's still trails all up and down that hillside. I just drove up it the other day.
Yeah, but they built a big ditch, so you got to 4x it to get in there.
I think so.
Anyhow, I'd sit at the bottom.
To keep people out.
I would.
What the hell? What just happened?
You lost a plug-in over there behind the monitor. Bob's been kicking this mic stand there, and it knocked it out there. We got a little technical difficulty, a little plug-in. Oh, you heard it. Bloom.
We're back on
It
air.
was a laptop.
It was a laptop plug-in.
I'll try not to kick it anymore.
That's all right. No problem.
Anyhow,
Bob's destroying the studio.
Jeez, just tearing it apart.
Jesus. Anyhow, I used to take my Sportster out there, sit at the bottom of the hill, rev up my engine, and then go up the steepest, longest part of the hill climb.
On the frickin' Sportster, dude. You're a machine, dude.
With street tires
Where
on.
were you?
Really?
Where was Lab back then? Because you know how much I'd like to film that shit? I would have droned that shit, and I had a GoPro.
That would have been fun.
We were like 10 and 12 years old.
You want to go do it tomorrow?
You were skateboarding.
Let's do it tomorrow, dude.
That's one reason I bought. I now have a Dyna Wide Glide, and one reason I bought it is it's like a big Sportster.
Right.
To me, it feels the same, except for mine's the Wide Glide, and it's kind of raked out in front, so that makes it a little different. But
my first Harley was a Wide Glide. Love that bike. I will have another one.
Yeah, we both had Wide
I had
Glides.
an 06, you had an 05. I'm looking at like an 07, 08 just for the 96-inch motor. Definitely gonna get one for
I got a 2002. I just picked it up this summer. It had 725 miles on it.
Are you kidding me?
Nope, bone stock. It's still got stock tires on it right now.
Was it here in town, or did you have to go somewhere to get it?
I got a really good deal on it, but that got eaten up by the $1,000 to get it from Maryland to Yakima.
Oh, you had to ship it.
And that bike has seen more of the country I have. I was tracking it, and it was going back and forth, up and down. I mean, it probably came to Yakima 3 times and went back to Colorado, and it took almost a month to get it here.
Really? And that's just with the shipping freight companies?
Yep.
Just jacking around?
Premier Motorcycle shipments or whatever it is. They put your bike on a pallet. It stays on that pallet the whole time. It's a big pallet, so nothing can bump into it.
Were you happy with that service or not?
Very happy. In fact,
even though that's just the normal process, it just gets bumped around.
It can. I mean, you spend a lot of money on a motorcycle. I mean, and it goes in the back of 15 different trucks to get, from there to here.
Like Russell Roberts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking.
Westbound.
We're going to do what they say can be done.
Here we go.
I got a long way to go.
The gift that keeps on giving, Russ. Gift that keeps on giving, Russell. Sorry.
Watch old Russell run.
Snowman, what's your 1020? What's your 1020 over? Hey, what's your 1020? Got a smoky in the median. Got a smoky in the median. The 198 stick. At the 198 stick, got a smoky in the median.
You know why they
Smoky Bear. Smoky.
You know why they call them jokers, right?
Smoky Bear.
You know why they call them jokers, right? Because they hang out in the comedian.
That's right. They always used to say that when we got
a couple jokers in the median.
We got a couple jokers in the median. That's in the comedian. Yeah, dude, that's awesome, dude.
I got sidetracked. Sorry.
Russell Roberts says, "OMG." We love you, brother. We love you.
We got a full-grown bear there at the 24-yard stick.
We love our truck drivers.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
They make things happen.
That's damn straight, or else I wouldn't get my Amazon.
I've said it before. This country would shut down without that. The truckers doing that stuff, dude.
Exactly.
Oh, Russell, you got Flash with you. You got a Flash with you. All right. So cheesy. All right. Russell Roberts is funny. All right. So you got this. What year's this Wide Glide?
2002 carbureted.
Yep. Nice,
last carbureted bike.
Yep. Was it 2002? Because my 05, I had an option. I could have got carbureted or EFI.
It was the last year that wide glides were carbureted, because I had a 2005 Electroglide that was carbureted.
Yeah, somewhere in there, the standard was moving over to
but you could still get it as an option.
Still get them. Yeah, it was an option. Carbureted was an option.
It was
up until I think 05 was the last
06,
one. 06, I don't think I had an option.
It was
on 06.
EFI.
It was EFI only.
You're right.
My Electroglide was the last carbureted motorcycle.
Okay, very interesting.
No models after that were carbureted.
Okay, and what year was that?
2005.
Yeah, 2005. See, you're right. We're right. Okay. So we're on the same page. Yeah, because it was an option, and then Matt got his 2006, and it wasn't anymore. Yeah. Okay, good.
They were, they had two different makers of the fuel injection, and I don't think the first one worked out too good. And
gotcha.
I forgot the name of the...
Where's Rick when we need him?
Right.
No, dude.
He knew the makers of those two different systems.
Yeah, God, we've talked about it on a podcast before. In fact,
if you go to our website and you go up in the upper right-hand corner and search EFI or carbureted, you probably come up with the answer.
Yeah, because we did a podcast on that. You're the editor.
Sure
Don't you remember editing? Yeah, we talked all about that, him swapping carbs.
He swapped his bike from carb to,
he went from EFI back
to carb.
That was Chola.
Yeah, but he also talked about the different types of EFI makers. There's two in particular, like Bob said, and Rick at the time.
You can look it up when you get a chance. Let's do this really quick. Hey, Bikeaholics, searching for new and exciting motorcycle products? 03D has just what you're looking for. Check out their wide variety of innovative products for Harley Davidson and now Honda Goldwing motorcycles. That's right, all you Goldwingers. 03D's got your back with chrome and black parts, lighting, and other comfort products. No modifying, cutting, grinding, or welding for an easy installation that equals less time installing, more time riding. We're all about that. 03D has a design team with over 40 years experience with a passion for design and innovation. That's right. CAN bus, made simple is what they say, with a plug-and-play lighting system. Pride themselves in the great customer service. Got a question? Get in touch with them via email. sales@03d.com. Give them a call. 715-808-0027. Check out your local Harley or Honda dealership and ask for those Zero or Gold Strike.
Gold Strike!
Parts Gold member. A new leader has emerged. So check out 03D's custom line of Gold Strike products for Honda Goldwings. Help support us? That's the best way. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of 03D products. What drew you to the wide glide, Bob?
I guess it was Easy Rider.
Really? Nice.
Easy Rider movie back in the 60s.
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper's bike.
Oh, yeah.
That's badass.
Straight up, frickin' two up with the big banana seat. You've
been known to sniff a banana seat or two.
I might, dude. I'm just saying, dude.
This is how long it took me to find the answer. While you were doing that commercial, I went into our website. I searched our website, the upper right-hand corner, and I put an EFI to carb, and look what I got. I got LAB-202-Patron, and it is either a Magneti Morelli, which was the one that had the problems,
that's the
or
one.
Delphi. The new stuff is Delphi, so the older stuff is the Magneti Morelli. Magneti Morelli.
Magneti Morelli.
M&M.
Search bar. You guys, a lot of people email us. We always say that, man. That's what we do anymore. We have 6 years of content and articles I've written in that website. And yeah, if you just search that search bar, you can get, it's really actually good searchability in there.
Great.
That's how we answer a lot of emails, because I forget everything we've done over 6 years. And I'm like,
it's too much to remember.
So I just search. I'm like, what? That's right. Shit. We did do a video on that. I did do an article on that. I did do a podcast on that. So it's a good resource. Search the shit out of that website, Bob.
So sorry to interrupt you, Bob. Easy Rider, eh?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. That's what we do.
Man.
We like interrupting people. We're very rude here.
Yeah, I bought the Wide Glide. It was Dennis Hopper's bike, not the Captain America bike.
Right.
I think they were both technically Wide Glides, but one was all chopped out, whatever.
Right.
Just, as a kid, that was a Harley.
It was.
I mean, that's what a Harley looked like. And the Wide Glide is just a motorcycle. It's not, it's not my road glide that's all decked out and put 1,000 miles on it a day if you really need to.
It's raw. It's a machine, right? You feel
raw.
it when you ride it.
It's raw, and I'll tell you, the stock seat on that thing sucks.
Yes, they do.
No shit, dude.
It sets your ass in one position, and you cannot move around. You got forward controls. You can't move your feet. You can't move your ass because it sucks you in, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. And you know what I did on my 05 Wide Glide when I had it? is I made that fucking even more
did.
uncomfortable by putting a bare bones LAB seat on it.
It
That
lowered
thing
it.
was like that thick.
It looked so badass. I look like a badass, Bob.
I had a LaPera.
I felt like a badass on that bike.
I had a LaPera on mine, but it wasn't the bare bones. Mine was, I can't remember what they call it, but it was a 2-up where you had a solo. Was yours a solo seat?
Yeah, I soloed it out. I soloed it out. It was a gel. It had that technical biker gel in it, LAB-202, because it's so fucking thin. You got to do something. So
they definitely sit you down inside the frame and back a little bit. But
totally.
Like Bob said, you can't adjust. You can't move around. The pressure points are what they are, and you can only ride it for so long before you just start hurting.
And they're vinyl, and that just makes my butt sweat, and that's just not a good thing.
Yeah, right. No, it's not a good thing.
I'm a firm believer in firm motorcycle seats. I like to scoot around. I'm constantly squirming on the bike, and it just keeps things more comfortable. Got to have leather so that it soaks up your butt sweat.
Yeah, helpful for the roids. Yep, exactly. Just straight up, dude.
I've been trying to talk Ryan out of his pleather underwear for years because you're right, it doesn't soak up the sweat. You should go with more of a natural product.
Starts dripping down.
He
your
just
leg,
keeps wearing those pleather ones.
Yeah. Didn't we answered a question about what kind of underwear a couple episodes ago? Somebody asked a question. We answered.
Oh,
it.
Seriously?
Yeah. Seriously.
Oh, you got to wear synthetic, no doubt about it.
Like, I think it was me, Popeye, and somebody else.
You can't wear cotton when you're riding. It'll just suck up that sweat. You need those synthetics that'll pull the moisture away from you and push that out into your jeans and keep your cheeks and nuts dry.
That's right. We like dry cheeks.
And
straight up.
It has a washing effect.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. No doubt.
So we don't have to shower as much on the road.
That's right.
Sometimes very difficult to do.
Correct. It's very true. Very true. All right. So wide glide. What else have you done to this wide glide? Do you do apes or anything on it? I had 16-inch apes on mine. And then when I put that LaPera seat on, dude, it made them like 18-inch apes.
You look like a spider monkey.
Oh, but I felt badass.
Not comfortable at all.
No, but I was a badass.
Yeah.
Riding to Spokane about killed me. 3 hours away, dude, on that thing.
Where you at?
But I did. I was a young man then, Bob. I know you wouldn't believe I was young once.
You still
are
a young man.
Yeah, well.
Anyhow, I got the bike. The guy bought it in 2002, brand new, rode it 725 miles. What he did was he had 34 cars and 7 motorcycles. Once a month, he would pull every vehicle out, drive them 8 miles, and put them back.
Yeah.
And when I contacted him to buy the Wide Glide, I'm thin in the herd. I'm tired of doing this. It takes, a long day to get all my vehicles out, warm them up, put them back.
How many did he have? Did you say
34 cars and 7 bikes?
Okay. Sorry, I was looking
That's a
at the
big
chat.
garage. Yeah,
that's insane.
Rich guy problems.
Correct.
Exactly.
Rich guy problems.
Yeah, he works in. He's some sort of a HVAC contractor, and he works in Washington D.C. a lot. We're richest city in the world, I think.
Well, Bob, maybe you should have got into HVAC.
No.
No, just straight up. All right.
Anyhow, I bought it, got it here. It's bone stock. And in fact, first thing I did was check the oil level. Apparently, the guy was putting the dipstick, resting it on the top of the engine case, and using that for his level when you're actually supposed to push it low. It was high.
Oh, yeah, duh.
That would make it high, right?
It was way high. Yes. I mean, I emptied about 10 quarts of oil out of there. Not, but I mean, it was just way high. Changed the fluids in it. I rebuilt the carburetor.
You'd have to do that if it didn't get rode that often, right? It's going to build up varnish and whatnot.
He said that him and his son tore the carburetor apart a year ago, but I couldn't see evidence of it. It was in pretty bad shape, so I replaced all the internals, put a new CV brand jets in it, and there's an idle screw on the bottom, which is non-adjustable on Harley carburetors, but you drill this thing out, poke this out, and it gives you extra adjustability. I'm not sure what that does because this is the first carburetor I've torn apart.
Yeah. How'd that go for you?
I'm still adjusting it a little. It doesn't really idle super smooth. You got to play with that idle adjust screw and also the just the throttle position, the idle throttle, and there's a interplay in between them.
Yeah.
So I'm still futzing with it, but I like to do that. So
yeah, that's tinkering. That's cool.
I love tinkering. So that's kind of fun for me. Took off the stock pipes because I couldn't hear them, and
What? Huh?
And I put Vance and Hines big shots on because they look cool and they're louder than shit.
Yeah, they are, dude. They are louder than shit. We were talking about that. That's on one of the bikes out there. That's cool that you tinkered with the carburetor. We haven't here at Lab, guys ask us, but that's kind of for older bikes, and we do want to do that at some point. We did a podcast on that, but we haven't really done any videos on carburetor just because
the demand's not there.
The demand's just not there anymore. Everything like we said, 2006 and on. So you're talking, 10, 11, 12 years now.
It's hard to make a video for 5 guys versus
Correct.
make a video for thousands.
Well,
Correct.
Me and the other 4 guys are going to have to get that squeaky wheel.
No shit. Yeah. I would love to.
I get it from your aspect, your business aspect and your time. It's not worth it.
Right. There are other resources out there,
Sure.
with carburetor stuff, but yeah, it's kind of dying unless you're into old vintage, and that's not really at this point. Maybe when we retire, we'll have time to do older bikes, but right now it's, 2000 and on basically. And a lot of it not carbureted, I think is a majority of our audience and followers. Looks like in the chat, which is what I love about the live events, is you guys, regardless if you're going to chat about the live event, if you become a patron and you get in here, these guys are, the way I can understand it is
looks like they're trying to decide where to do.
They're planning a ride of some sorts, and I'm not. It's blowing up in there, and that's really cool because they listen, but then a lot of them get their own conversations going in there, probably because we're boring as shit. But hey, it's live chat, so it's still cool. But yeah, no, they get their own conversations going in there, and then they pop back in.
Tennessee, I'm down to ride to Tennessee. Love Tennessee. Every time I've been down there, I've really enjoyed it. The people are just great. So they're talking about doing Tennessee.
Russell Roberts is from there. What the frick would you expect, dude?
Well, exactly.
Straight up, dude. All right, so it's bone stock still, this thing.
Except for carburetor and
except for
pipes?
but bones.
Pipes.
Besides that, you haven't done any major other stuff to it.
External breather. That's on every bike I've had. I put an external breather on. My pickup, I have an external breather on. I have pistons off my Fat Boy with 5,000 miles on the pistons before I went from the 88 to the 95. 5,000 miles on it. There was
who did the 88 to 95 for you?
Owens.
Okay.
There was an 1/8 of an inch of carbon roughly built up on the top of my pistons.
Did you see that recent post from Mark Arnold in there?
Yep.
Did it look anything like that?
Worse,
a lot worse, huh?
Yeah. That was a carbureted bike, so it wasn't running as efficiently as a
EFI.
So how many inches of buildup?
A good 1/8.
Wow.
And maybe thicker in spots. It was just rough, and that's not helping the fuel air mixture and
correct.
Whatnot. And it's lower in the cubic inches, which we don't want that.
No, we do not want that. That's interesting.
I still have the pistons today.
They gave them to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they pulled them out?
Sure. They gave me all the parts back.
That's cool.
I'm thinking about, I got the jugs and the heads, and I want to put them so they're like embedded in the wall, but just barely sticking out somehow.
Nice. Jugs just sticking out of a wall.
Yeah, we're going to do that here. I'm going to take them and just throw them as hard as I
can. Let's do it, dude.
I think it's a cool idea. It is. I've never done it.
As a backdrop.
I got the parts.
That is very cool.
Yeah, they're just sitting in my shop getting kicked around like all the Christmas boxes.
We're going to go back to things that piss us off. Are we going back there? Are we really going back there, Bob?
I think he's onto something, because I'm not the pack rat that my wife is by any means, but when it comes to Harley parts,
you just called your wife
if it's a
pack rat. You're
if it's a good part, listening. I don't quite want to throw it away. So I have three or four Harleys worth of parts that are just sitting on my shelf, and
we got to be careful about that around here.
He's onto something, though. I think you could use it to make some type of art out of it, or some kind of display.
We've got old brake levers. We're collecting more shit than we know what to do with around here. We actually have been pretty good about cleaning out.
I know. Well, we've been good around here, but I'm telling you, I got a huge box of stuff. I have like handlebars like you wouldn't believe. I don't know why I haven't thrown them away. I've got exhaust. 5 or 6 set of handlebars. I have exhaust. I have all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I might
be cutting it in half and mounting it on my man room.
Yeah.
Take like an old exhaust and just cut that son of a bitch in half. And so it's clean, flat on one side, and mount that on the wall.
I told the old lady.
Now we're onto something, Bob. You just turned me onto something. I like it.
I told the old lady the other day that I was going to mount the handlebars. I want to mount an old pair of handlebars in the bedroom on the wall, so I have something to grab onto.
Yes,
she did not think that was cool.
She said you can use my
She said you can use my shoulders, honey.
But you got to get those
My
10.
wife did not say that.
You have to get those 10 pillows out of the way.
Right after the 10
to find the
pillows.
bars. Yeah. If something came to my feeble brain like that, I'm one of those guys that I don't ask for permission. I'd rather ask for forgiveness.
True.
Both
True
those
that.
bitches up there. If you got to take them down, you got to take them down.
At least you tried. Maybe you got one use out of them.
By yourself.
Here's what we're going to do.
Pretty much. One hand on the handlebar.
You need to find yourself like decide on what size of piece of art you want to have hanging on your wall. You can take a 4x8 sheet of plywood if you want, and paint it black or paint it white or whatever you want, and then mount all those parts, cut them in half, and mount all those parts close together like a collage of motorcycle parts.
Like you see in some like Roadhouse brand bars where they have cars,
right.
half cars and half bikes.
Yeah.
I think
Half bike parts.
Dude, I think that's cool. We don't have the room here, but I would like to do something like that. Like,
I'll show you when I get done in my house.
yeah, you've got the room. Yeah, right. Yeah. Your shop's so freaking huge. He built a pole shop, so it's like huge.
40 by 60.
40 by 60. You could definitely fit some of that stuff.
I'm just thinking inside the man room, though, I could take up a good chunk of the wall with like maybe a 4x8 sheet, and I could screw all that stuff to it and then mount it to the wall.
Right. I mean, even in here in this, if I could do it classy in here, because it has to stay a little bit classy, like some handlebars.
Yeah.
There's a lot of room right there.
There is. But I was thinking of putting a shelf up there, Bob, too, because as I get more gear, I could get some of this camera stuff up on a shelf there, but I still would have room. There's still plenty of room there. You're right. I'm always looking at, decorating in here. That would be a cool backdrop behind you guys.
Yeah.
For the live podcast, just some motorcycle stuff.
One of the guys in the chat there, Moose, he's talking about he's got a 1976 peanut tank. Yeah, tanks make awesome wall
cut 'em
art
in
too.
half. Yeah.
I agree. A peanut tank on this wall, cut in half. I like that, Bob.
Damn near any tank that you can cut in half and do some art on, especially if you paint it up and throw it on the wall like my cousin Derek does. He does a bunch of painting.
We got to get hooked up with that. Have him. I'll pay him, dude.
He's doing it all the time. He's always finding tanks.
I think he can cut one in half for me.
Yeah.
And paint it up in some I want some gold flake in it.
He'll do whatever
like
he
old
wants.
School, and put it right up there, dude. That would be badass.
He's actually, well, if you want a real metal tank, it's going to cost a little more money probably, but he can actually buy plastic right now, plastic half tanks, and then he'll paint them up. He won't tell when it's done. It's plastic.
Oh.
And he's just doing it for a side job. And
plastic tank would be cool.
Yeah, it's just for art. It's
remind me. Let's do that.
Okay.
Hey, when you
I'll
retire,
hook you up.
It's funny what you get into conversations on this stuff. I know there's a lot of bikers out there that have all kinds of man rooms decorated.
Yeah, you can buy the plastic mold just for that purpose. It's half of a tank, and then he puts a paint job on it.
What do you guys think about that?
Airbrusher.
Yeah, chat. Let me know. You think we should do that, guys, in this room here? Maybe put it behind so it's in the background or something. Yeah. Anyways, Bob, you were going to say?
When you retire from being a motor officer, steal one of the tanks and use that.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. They'll never know.
That's I know they'll never know. That's an interesting thing that came up. So sometimes people ask, I just retired my 13 police Electroglide, and I've got sitting out here. Obviously, you've been in the shop there. I've got my 2018 police bike. In fact, I've got vlogs to do on that. I helped fit some of those bikes. I took tanks off and fairings for the radio shops to get stuff. And anyways, I got so much video stuff. I would like to get that vlog out eventually on how we build a new police bike. I've got all the footage, kind of how the processes it goes through, and how we get them. Yeah.
That would be very interesting.
I need to do that. But I was asked, why don't can we buy our own police bikes? And yes, we can.
But you have to go to auction just like everybody else, right?
No, they actually, I believe a couple guys bought them. They'll offer them to us, but they sell them for more than auction so that it's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's probably some rules. And
there is
regulations,
rules
right?
to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I know a couple of our guys in the past have bought them. And it would be really nostalgic to do that. And I would love that, but I don't have anywhere to put that. And that's the problem. Or your to store it. I would never ride it, but it would be cool to say that was my police bike.
Can we get it up in your attic somehow?
Yeah, dude.
Can we put it on a lift and put it up in your attic?
That hole is not going to fit. I don't
we
think, dude.
We might have to make your hole a little bigger.
We might have to stretch that.
We might have to stretch your hole.
We'll
have to use one of Matt's fingers.
That's right.
Yeah, no shit. 2 fingers.
Or 2.
But I would love to have done that, but I didn't. And it's going to auction, and it's kind of sad, that bike. But again, it comes down to storage, and it's money. I mean, I don't really want to fork the money on it just to sit. But anyways, just
they should give you one.
I agree. Maybe when I retire,
Yeah.
I'll buy my last one.
There you go.
Before I leave.
That would be cool.
Just to buy my last, before I retire as a Leo, buy my last police bike and just keep it. Maybe by then Lab will have a facility downtown or something where we're running the store where we have some room for it, park it in there. As
In the
kind of
window,
eye candy
yeah.
in the window or something.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Who knows?
That's cool.
Just dreaming. I think that would be cool.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Where were we, Bob?
I don't know.
You have no clue. And I don't either. But we were talking about his Y glide, and then we got
Yes.
off on police. Then we got off on
You were talking about the Y glide and about pistons, and that's how we got off track on the parts. So back to the pistons.
External breathers is what I was talking about.
There you go.
we did you see what we do here?
Yeah.
Is it all right when we get off track as a listener?
I like it.
Do you like it? Just deep conversations like that?
Because I can get
Okay.
up, I can go pee, I can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and come back. And you guys are going like, what the hell were we talking about? And I'm like, all right, I didn't miss anything.
Nice, dude. That's awesome. It's totally awesome. How about a half of a bike? Joe Vera says, yeah. In the
That would
chat.
be tough,
Cut
but
the
yeah.
major parts in half. That would be so badass.
Boy, if you could go right down the center of the front wheel and the rear wheel and just cut that bike in half
Dude,
and hang it.
That would be badass, dude.
And hang that bad boy.
I agree. If I had room in here, I definitely would. You know, we love our patrons. We absolutely want you involved as a patron. No doubt about it. Because we want you in these live video broadcasts. We want you to be involved. We want to get to know you better. We want you in the private Facebook group. But if the only way you can support us is through a flat donation, well, we never at a flat donation. We never balk at a flat donation if that's how you want to support us. lawabidingbiker.com/donate is how you get there. We want to thank the following people. Bob, if you want to do that up there for donations.
Okay, we've got Pathfinder of Clayton, California. James Sanford of, why do you guys give me these? Guyton, Georgia, substantial donation. And Sean McCarthy of Mays Landing, New Jersey.
Hey, Bob, you know what's better than a nation? A donation.
Oh!
You're a dork.
That's what all the bums did in Georgia when I was there. Back when I went to a police conference there, like 10, 12, longer than that.
Homeless.
13 years. What did I say?
Bums.
Oh, sorry. I mean, the politically correct term now is homeless people. But that we were walking down the street there. I was there for a week, and that was their thing, man. Hey, brother, you know what's better than a nation? They got me once. Donation. And they hold out their hat and shit. I go, that's pretty clever, dude. You can have $1 for that. You're good, dude. Yeah. And after that, I call them on it. But that was their thing back in the day.
I
dude.
fell for the sign that said, I'm not going to lie to you. I just need beer money.
They're doing that here
Yeah.
now. There's that one couple guys that sit
I saw
out in the
over-
corner. Just want beer. Well, I appreciate your honesty on
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Is bums an improper term, Lurch? Is that politically
well,
incorrect?
I don't know. It's a little bit rude. I mean, I guess.
So is saying popping a cherry.
I'm just, I'm trying to be more politically correct.
We do need
I'm
to be
working on it.
politically correct, dude.
Yeah.
All right, there it goes, Bob. It's
Ouch.
done. You've officially, yep, just straight up. All right, we're going to talk about a few more things, and then we'll wrap this up. So now let's talk about, you've got the Y Glide. Let's talk about at what point did you get a new cruiser bike?
Before I got the Wide Glide, I traded in my Sportster.
That's right. We were digressing back to that.
On an Electroglide.
Okay.
A 2005 Electroglide. What was it? Chopper Blue Pearl. Gosh, I love that color.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the coolest color ever.
Is that the same one you have right now?
No, I have
was gonna say, 'cause
2015 Road Glide in
How did that come
Amber
about?
Whiskey. I watched this damn video on these two guys that went down to Richland to pick up a blue 2015 Road Glide.
Very interesting.
Almost as cool as an Amber Whiskey one, but
Almost, but not quite.
Might have been the video we did, Lurch, the vlog
Yes.
I did of you in buying your
Getting
new
a
bike.
new bike.
Isn't that funny?
Lurch did it. He made me buy the damn Road Glide.
Is that what you told your wife?
I was, I really did not like the earlier Roguelites. I was a Batwing fairing guy until
Me
2015.
too. 10 years I rode a Electroglide.
Till they finally changed it. They actually made it look cool now.
They
Remember
changed
how
the
ugly
shape.
they used to be?
It was really boxy.
Yeah,
and not
it was.
attractive, I didn't think. And
It was.
Yeah, and I think even today, most guys will say either they're a Batwing or a shark nose kind of guy. But
Yep.
and I was one of the ones that was, shark nose is ugly. I'm all about the Batwings. But in 15, I changed my tune. And I got to tell you, it's so.
But that was the year that they really came out because they skipped
they
14, like you say, and they upped their game.
They upped the game.
They had to on that. Yeah, and they did a great job.
They sure did.
I love the look of it. I'm not. I joke. That's just like Chevy Ford. We fuck around, whatever. Right. But honestly, I love it. I'm just that it fits me better. The street glides, and that's what I ride as a police bike. So I just like shorter, the same bike, shorter.
It's more compact.
Exactly, and I'm a shorter guy. Right. So
that you are in more ways than one.
That's unnecessary. But all right. So anyways, so now you got you bought that bike. Where did you buy that local?
Yes.
Yeah, here in town. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I went down and they made me test ride it, and they said, this is not going to go well.
Right, exactly. When they make you test ride it, they know you're coming back with your checkbook open.
Yes. How much do you want for your electric glide?
Yeah. How much, sir? Yeah. May I have another? Thank you, sir. May I have another? Yeah, no doubt, dude. You like that bike a lot, though?
I love it. It is so more. It's got better handling, low speed, high speed. Of course, I went from a 2005 to a 2015, so technology
big difference.
Oh my goodness!
The frame and changes in the rideability.
The frame
is
and
so different.
The fairing, I get more wind at 20 miles an hour on my Dyna than I do at 100 miles an hour on my road glide.
Yep,
it's so much more stable. And going around big rigs like semi trucks in wind, you're not battling the steering wheel. It's just gently moving back and forth, and you're just rolling with it. Much safer bike. Yep.
It really, well said, much safer bike. Yeah.
Way safer.
It's funny when you get back on, after you ride the great touring bikes that we all have, when we're riding tons of miles a day or whatever. And then, just for an evening ride in the summer, like I do here up the canyon, I'll grab, the 05, night train or 07 night train there. And although it's fun, you realize you're like, holy shit. Yeah. This is just set. That's exactly why they make touring bikes, because these are for local. These are not for touring. Yes.
I love the linked brakes, and I've tested them out many times on the road glide.
True. The linked ABS system.
Oh yeah. You can grab a handful at anything over 30 miles an hour, and that bike just squats and stops. You better be hanging on.
Exactly. Yeah. Well said.
Awesome.
Well said.
Not so much on the wide glide.
Nope, not so much. I agree. Totally
Back tire
different.
Locks up. Then you realize I gotta get this brake too.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Let up and then you high side. Yeah. Exactly. I know it is. It is that technology. I'm glad you brought that up. The link brake system and all that. So, all right. So, that bike. Have you done anything major on that? And then we're gonna kind of wrap this up. I think we're getting to our time limit. We appreciate everybody being in here. We could go on. When I do biker talk episodes like this, I literally. I got 1,000 more questions I could ask them, but go ahead. We'll have to have you back on.
Stage one, mini apes, Vance and Hines.
What size mini apes?
Oh, they're just 10-inch.
10-inch,
Just to push them a little bit farther forward and bring them out a little farther.
Just 10-inch? If Lurch had a nickel for every time he heard that, he'd be retired already.
Just wanted
that's just normal around here. I don't know about you. Don't know about what you got going on. That's just called Tuesday at my house.
Put the Fuel Pack 3 in it after I watched your video.
Nice.
Whichever video that was.
Lawabidingbiker.com/fuel pack and the number 3.
Correct.
I memorized that shit, Bob.
That was a great investment and a lot of fun.
Got them in our store. Yeah.
Yeah. Doing the auto tune or whatever you got to do.
Auto tune.
Yeah, where you got to go out and do 100 miles an hour in second gear.
Correct.
That's fun, man.
Exactly.
You got to get all those little boxes green.
Yes.
All those cells.
You never can,
green.
But you get a lot of them.
You get a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was the goal.
I was being facetious.
I know you were. I know
Google
you were.
that shit, pithy.
That was pithy, a jack wagon. Who said Ross Thomas never seen you? Oh, relax on a podcast. Yeah, because I don't usually the biker talk ones where it's just bikers talking biker. When I'm just chilling, having a drink, and the conversation can go anywhere and not live. I've done a couple of those, but they've always just been recorded. We did one recent with Jonathan Holan here, who is now a part-time guy with Law Abiding Biker Media, helping answer emails and stuff. You guys, Fuente, those episodes are coming up. But yeah, it's an interesting point. Usually I'm just kicked back.
Usually
it's easier when we're doing biker talk. Usually when we have something very technical and we need to get actual solid information out, I have to stay really focused and on track. But when I can just bullshit like this, I love it. Throw a mic in front of me, I could talk till midnight right now.
Oh yeah.
And ask Bob 100 more questions. You know what I mean? And I just love getting guys' backgrounds. I love talking bikers because just like some of the stuff he told me, like the first fat boy from Owens and Yakima. I mean, that fascinates me, that kind of stuff, just getting the history behind people and how you grew up, similar to me riding bikes to the orchards. And I think that's just, what connects a lot of bikers. Just we all grew up, and we're in, and some guys, even when they got older, just got bikes. They didn't even grow up with it, So I love hearing that kind of stuff. So yeah, interesting point, Ross. Probably rightfully so. Cause I'm not going off any show notes. I'm just bullshitting here. So yeah, it is nice to do these relaxed episodes for sure.
And it's funny how quick the time goes on our end. Anyways, Bob, I don't know if you feel this, but when we're here, sitting here BSing and talking, next thing you know, an hour and a half's gone by.
You realize it's been an hour and a half?
It's been an hour and a half.
And I haven't even asked you 50% of the questions that I actually had written down that I thought I might ask you.
It goes a lot faster sitting here than it does at home, because at home I can, get up and start kicking the dog and grab another beer and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. With that said, anything final comments that you want to say to the community or anything? You don't have to before we wrap it up.
I just want to give a big shout out. This is Veterans Day weekend. I want to give a big shout out to all of our veterans and law enforcement, all first responders. Without them, this wouldn't be a nation.
Absolutely.
Or it wouldn't be a nation like we have now.
Right. Absolutely. Salute. And I just wrote in there, love our veterans. Joe Veras says, my very first time, really enjoyed it. First time in the live video broadcast and chat. So welcome, Joe. And this is how we do, man. Just a lot of great conversations going on in there. And we definitely appreciate you guys being involved, and look forward to more of those as we go into the winter of 2018 here. Got a lot of stuff coming at you guys. A ton of videos and edit for you guys. I've got insane. Bob, I took him for a tour, even though he did some paint work in my house that my wife wanted him to do. After the shop, I showed him the video editing room, which is where
the magic happens.
Which is where about 85% of my time is spent, guys. In the huge video, the video editing room and all the emails and stuff. I only come out here to do the podcast and when we film and stuff, because I need to at least be with the family. And I explained that to Bob, that at least I have a connection with the family. It's a video editing room right off the kitchen, and I can still pop in and out. The girls can come in, and anyways, I can keep that connection in there. So got kind of two different spaces, so to speak. We do appreciate all your support, guys. Call to action. Lurch was talking about this. Affiliate, guys. Basically, the easiest way is just go over to lawabidingbiker.com/banners, BANNERS. All our top banners are over there for Amazon and RevZilla and JMP Cycles and all that kind of stuff. If you're going to purchase a motorcycle product and it's something we don't carry in our store, well, feel free to click through those banners. And by clicking through, no additional cost to you, but you get a small kickback if you do end up making a purchase. That does help support the platform, and like Lurch does, Christmas season, guys, coming up. And I know this will come out well after Christmas, the podcast format, but even if it's not Christmas, for the live audience, bookmark that Amazon deal.
Yeah, this is going to be close to probably Super Bowl Sunday, and everybody wants a big-ass TV for Super Bowl Sunday. So bookmark us, go through, click on Amazon, right on through our page into Amazon. No cost to you, a little extra money in the law-abiding biker coffers, which help us keep this motor moving on down the road.
Nicely said.
I have mine bookmarked because you can, because you own the company, but I can.
Yes.
And so all my Amazon shopping, I give it a little taste.
Yep.
A little something back to lab.
I like that. And basically what you do is just go to lawabidingbiker.com/Amazon, guys. Once you go there, just bookmark that. And that's an affiliate. Like you can say help lab Amazon and just put that in your web browser bookmarks, and then literally it doesn't matter what you buy. Even if it's not motorcycle stuff, we do get a kickback because that's through our affiliate link, guys. So, well done, Bob.
Well, thank you. Thanks for inviting me out here. I had a good time.
First time on the mic, you did well, brother.
Flawless.
You did well, man. Yep. Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for being on the light chat. Yeah, Don Dockery says, great job. Happy birthday, Devil Dogs. Matt Couchman, right there.
It's the Marine Corps birthday.
Peace out, guys. Says, John Patton was in there. Awesome. Sorry, guys. I know you guys were having your own conversations. John Patton from up north.
I love that guy.
Yep. Someday he'll be back down here. And John Patton, you need to sit in that seat right over there where Bob is, and we'll get you on a mic, brother. You know that.
Yeah, if you get an opportunity to do this, take it.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
We'll do what we can to work it out between schedules and if it works out and all that kind of stuff. We definitely love getting our patron members on the mics. It brings a whole new dynamic to the podcast. So there you go, guys. We're out of here.